Okay, now we're to the center here, and I looked at it in embossed, but it can have a spotty look to it. It's just a little tricky, these embossed ones, and so I took a look instead at the number 34 tatami and decided to go with that. So I'm just going to put just a little more of compensation here. Oof, I can't get that one to go in. And just go around. And enter. Okay. Let's see what we've got. That looks pretty good. Okay, one thing to do when you finish your work like this that I found helpful is to hit just the S key, and it will show you your outlines. Now, it's also helpful to take your bitmap artwork off and get rid of the grid too, just left click. And what I'm looking for would be the connections, that a little circle is the beginning of an object. So we began the digitizing here, and then you don't see any more here. We're traveling, you don't see any, and you don't see any in this color. What you do see is when you get to the brown, it comes in here, leaves here. So we're looking for any extra tie-offs or tie-ons. It looks like this is the tie-off for the army drab color, and then that's the tie-on for the cattail and the tie off for the cattail. So I don't see anything that looks like anything was missed. So that's a good way to check. It's hard to see these things when the stitches are around. So the S key, don't do Control or Shift, just plain old S, and that will give you the stitches. And one of the last things I like to do is get rid of the object properties here, change the colors, change 2 colors so that they're showing. Then move your little picture over so that it's, oops, come back down there. And then if you have Windows 10, and I know others have it, but I've forgotten which ones, but anyway, there's a snipping tool, and you can do New and go by thread ID here, and you can make a nice little picture for yourself. Save as, and cattail sunflowers. I've done this a bit, and I'm calling this one FB5. Bisecord, and I did slip a sulky in there. Okay, if you want to save, and of course you want to be able to stitch this out, but you can put your machine in. I've got a Janome 9900 among others. And you need the hoop for that machine. This is going to take a larger hoop. And then we've already saved it. You can see by the name. Now we're going to do Export Design. And we'll go to Cattails Sunflowers, my original name, and Jeff, and save. And now we have the stitch file to work with. Okay, here you have the picture of the sew out. And I think I told you in the beginning I was going to do purple, but because of the sunflower and how light it is, I switched to a light green in here. But I hope you can see how using different fills and different angles on the leaves, different patterns can make it interesting. Because if you do all weave or all satin, it gets pretty boring.